Today, why every single day needs to be Thanksgiving for a badass millionaire world builder. Get that trash out of your life. You have legacies to build. We grew that business from 3.4 million to 17.1. Horsepower, not horse shit. You want to be the parent that's an ally. They don't need another friend. Not everybody's cup of whiskey. Toughest advice for the toughest businessmen. Be relentless. Happy Thanksgiving to all my fellow Canadians, Canadian subscribers, email subscribers, video subscribers, newsletter subscribers, mastermind members, newsletter members. We get the best. Krista and Emery and I get the best of both worlds. We get to celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving, which is today, Monday, and we get to celebrate American Thanksgiving when we're in Naples, at our place in Naples. So we get to be grateful and thankful, first of all, to be living in the two greatest countries in the world. It's not even close. The United States and Canada. Every day is a blessing to be in these two countries. We're awash in opportunity and wealth and abundance like never before in history. So not only are we in the two best countries, but there's never, ever, ever been a better time to be alive, especially as an entrepreneur and businessman, than 2022. So every day, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I love Christmas. I love Easter. I love, there's different things on the calendar, but Thanksgiving has always been my favorite holiday. And I guess one of the reasons is because it doesn't come with the pressure and the trappings of Christmas, where you're buying presents for people and there's, the stress of shopping and all these things that I'm not a fan of. Look at those gorgeous trees behind the boat. Wow. The leaves out here are as good as they're going to get, which is pretty fantastic. Look at that. Autumn at the lake, just south of Jeb's Creek. Wow. Wow. Still got the jet ski in, still got the boat in. So Thanksgiving to me is my favorite. I love the meal. I love being out here with the fireplace on. I love this time of year. I love autumn. And I love football. I love college football. I love NFL football. So it just comes together as one of the most magical times of the year for yours, Relentless. But it's also, every year it gets better for me, because every year that I'm blessed to be on this earth, I have I increase my level of gratitude. I increase my attitude of gratitude. If there's a big difference, if there's one big difference, and there's been a lot of difference between, Michael McLean 10 years ago and Michael McLean in 2022, is my level of gratitude. That's the biggest thing. When we're younger men, it's just natural. It's all about us. When you're in your 20s and 30s, it's all about you. This is normal. I've worked with teenagers and guys in their 20s in pro hockey, guys in their 30s. When we're younger, it's all about us. We're doing everything we can to make a few bucks, to have a girlfriend, to have a wife, to buy our first home. But it's all about us. It's just all about us, and that's normal. As we mature, and those of us that do mature, I think one of the biggest things that makes us better husbands, better fathers, better businessmen, better grandfathers, is the light switch goes off and we switch to an attitude of gratitude. And for me at this point in my career and in my personal life, I truly look at every single day as Thanksgiving. I don't need it to be a holiday on the calendar when regular people get a day off from work. For most people, it's a day off, right? It's a 3-day weekend. That's how the 99% look at everything, okay? Independence Day is a holiday. Thanksgiving is a day off work. Christmas is a day off work. But as badass world builders, we have so many blessings in our lives, and we live such an amazing life of abundance and excitement that I really think every single day is Thanksgiving. And I'm just thinking about, how blessed we are to be entrepreneurs. Like, really, the odds are against us. Like, the school system that we were part of, I went to public school, and I went to a tough school, a very tough school, a lot tougher than Emory. And I'm grateful that I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, because school teaches our children to be poor. School indoctrinates our children to be poor. School is designed to make workers, and it does a great job at it, right? Rockefeller was the guy behind the original school system, and like he said, I don't need more presidents and vice presidents. I need workers. Rockefeller wanted workers, so the school system is set up to, over the course of those 12 years, K to 12, it's producing workers, mindset of a worker, right? Get a job, make a living, buy a house. So I feel incredibly blessed that my father is an entrepreneur, my grandfather was an entrepreneur. I'm surrounded. Krista's dad is an entrepreneur, and I'm just so glad that I grew up with that role model. Both my parents are pro-business. My dad, like I said, I grew up in the back of a general store watching my dad work 14 hours a day every single day but Christmas. I'm so grateful that I watched that and saw how a real king works, how a real queen works. My mom raising 2, then 3 children in the back of that store, watching my dad build up businesses and sell them, 13 different businesses in his career. My dad worked to 85. I'm so glad that I got to see an outlier like that, a man who said, I've never worked a day in my life. I remember him saying that. He goes, because I've always done what I wanted to do. When I was in the general store business, that's what I wanted to do. When I was in the pool hall business, that's what I wanted to do. When I was delivering feed in a truck, that's what I wanted to do. When I was in the insurance business, that's what I wanted to do. And just to see that mindset of every day is a gift. So I'm certainly grateful for both my mom and my dad, and that I grew up in an environment of entrepreneurship. The one thing that Krista and I are obligated to pass on to our daughter is the love of business and entrepreneurship. There's nothing I see much more important than that. I want her to grow up with compassion and empathy for other people. But at the end of the day, the big thing that we're promoting is entrepreneurship. I don't care if she wants to be a vet, if she wants to be a doctor, if she wants to be a dentist, if she wants to be, I don't care what she does. I just want her to be an entrepreneur. I want her to own the business. I want her to be the CEO. I want her to be the founder. I want her to be the builder. And that's why I'm grateful for these lemonade stands that she puts on. And I get her on the phone here. She was raising funds the other day for the Terry Fox cancer run at the school. And I make her get on the phone, and I make her ask grandma and grandpa and pa for money. Just these skills that I'm passing on to her through the years. These videos I will pass on to her. I'll pass on to her my newsletters. Those recipe cards that I write every day, I'm just going to give those to my daughter. I'm not going to leave her money. I'm going to leave her weapons of mass production. I'm going to leave her tactics and strategies that she can use to build her very own world. So I'm grateful for entrepreneurship, and I'm grateful that I get to do this every day. I'm grateful for all the people like you, all the men on my email video list. It's a lot of work to do a video every single day. I'm over 300 videos. But you know what? These videos make me a better man. They push me out of my comfort zone. They make me think. When I'm reading a book every day, I'll write something down on a card and I'll say, that'll make a great video message. That'll help a lot of guys. That'll serve others. And then it's the old saying, if you want to learn something, teach it. So if I learn a great idea, an aha moment in a book or a newsletter, and then I come out here and I teach it to you in one of these videos, well, guess what? That ingrains it in my thinking even more. That forcing me to teach it makes me a better man. So I thank you for that. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for watching. I thank you for being part of a program where, you know, videos aren't 6 minutes, they're 30 minutes, because I want readers. I want men with attention spans. I want serious students. I don't want the TikTok crowd. I don't want the Facebook crowd. I don't want the goldfish crowd. So I appreciate you watching my videos and sharing them. I'm grateful for my mastermind members. I'm grateful for all my newsletter subscribers. My newsletter subscribers are the backbone. They're the foundation of what I do here. If I'm going to influence 1 million men over the next 10 years to help them build their own world and live life on their own terms, you know, it's going to be through my newsletters and through my book and through my masterminds. But my newsletter subscribers, those guys have a special place in my world. I like to hang out in the locker room with them. I like to send them surprise emails. I like to help them. I like to write those newsletters. So I'm very grateful for you as a newsletter subscriber. And I'm grateful that we live in a world where I can stand on a dock and shoot a video and it goes to all my followers around the world. I'm very grateful for technology. Some people think that I'm anti-technology when I'm pro-technology. I'm pro-technology as a servant, not as a master. A cell phone as your servant. You know, social media as a business servant. You know, YouTube as a servant. Email as a servant. A technology like our badass world-building locker room as a servant. So I'm grateful for technology. And I'm grateful that in these two countries, we're surrounded by, you know, trillions of dollars of wealth, billions and trillions. There's never been more billionaires. There's never been more millionaires. It is true the middle class is shrinking and struggling, but it's even more important now for you to invest in personal development. You're either going to be at the top or you're going to be at the bottom. And you don't want to be in the bottom. Trust me, you don't want to be part of that, you know, 80+% at the bottom. You need to be at the very top, the top 5%, top 4%, top 1%. And the only way to ever get there and stay there is through investing in yourself. That's what I call the 100x factor. None of this 10x stuff, none of this 2x stuff. There's no greater return on investment than you reading books, than you subscribing to a newsletter, than you watching these videos and taking action. That's the stuff that's going to take you through, you know, the winter that's coming up over the next 3 years, an economic winter. It's an opportunity for you to separate yourself and do better in the next 3 years than you ever have in your life. When 99% of people are hiding at home in the fetal position, you need to be here with me swinging for the fences. Are you kidding me? Everybody, 99% of businessmen and entrepreneurs are already on their heels. They're on their heels. They don't know why they're on their heels, but they're on their heels. They're on their heels because Joe Biden said they should be on their heels. They're on their heels because CNN said they should be on their heels. They're on their heels because all their goofy friends on social media said they should be on their heels. Well, I'm here telling you to swing for the fences. I'm here telling you to head the opposite way of the crowd. And I'm grateful that I know this principle. I'm glad that this principle, you know, the godfather of personal development said it best. He said, you know, if you don't have any examples, Earl Nightingale said, you know what, if you look around, you don't have any examples in your environment, just do the exact opposite of everything else you see around you. And he says you'll probably never make another mistake in your life. So I love the late great Earl Nightingale for establishing that principle in my mind. When I'm confused or I'm not sure or I'm frustrated, I just stop myself and say, Michael, do the exact opposite. Do the exact opposite. That's what got me through the restrictions and the lockdown. I just did the exact opposite. In my marketing, I do the exact opposite. Video emails every day, I do the exact opposite. I share my life. I'm not supposed to share my losses. I'm not supposed to share my frustrations. I'm not supposed to share my personal life. I'm supposed to come out here and look like everything is perfect. So I do the exact opposite. My emails are the opposite. My marriage, I do the exact opposite. As a father, I definitely do the exact opposite of other parents. Health, fitness, the exact opposite. So I'm grateful for that principle from the great godfather of personal development, Earl Nightingale. Just look around and do the exact opposite, and you'll never make another mistake in your life. I love that quote. I'm grateful for the food and the nutrition. We have a well out here. We have a well here, 84 feet. So we drink out of a well here. We have a huge generator here, so I don't depend on power from the town or the city. We're almost 100% we're independent out here. If we lose power, we have one of those built-in generators, so I'm not counting on anybody else. Our lights are going to go on, our toilets are going to work, our showers are going to work, our floors are going to be heated. So I'm grateful for freedom and independence. I'm grateful for all the money, all the wealth that has flowed into my life over the last 19 years. I'm grateful for a safe harbor position. I'm grateful that I can do what I want, when I want, with whom I want, where I want, at the price I want. I'm grateful that I put in the years and the time when I was a single man, before I was married, before I was a husband. Yeah, that's a principle to teach to your kids when they're teenagers and they're in their 20s. The only thing you have is time. You don't have any money, so that's the time to put in the 100-hour work weeks. That's the time to put in the 90-hour work weeks. Chase that championship when you're single, and chase that championship before you have children. And then if you do the work that you're supposed to from the age of, let's say, 18 to 30, then you're married at 30 and you start to build your family, and you're in a safe harbor position, or you're almost in a safe harbor position. That's an incredible way to live your life. So I'm grateful for all of the wealth and money that's flowed into my life. I'm also grateful for our real estate, for the buildings we own, for the homes we own. I'm grateful that this is my view every single day when I sit up in my A-frame office. I'm grateful for peace in our country, in Canada and the United States. I'm grateful for books. I'm grateful for mentors. I'm grateful for, magazines that I read, grateful for newsletters. I'm grateful for opportunity. So every day to me is Thanksgiving Day. And one last thing, the reason every day is Thanksgiving for me now, no matter what day it is because of the gratitude ritual that my wife, Krista, and I have. And I don't know if you use this, but if you don't, it's such a big loss to you, to your spouse, and to your children. Like every night, the last thing Krista and I do every night before we go to bed, before we shut the lights off, is we're lying in bed and we ask each other, what are you grateful for today? And that question at night before we shut the lights out has changed my life in the last year. I mean, my subconscious works on gratitude for the 8 hours I sleep. It purifies my thinking for my rest. I don't think about, money. I don't think about frustrations. I don't think about the news. I don't think about recessions. It puts me in that state where I think for the next 8 hours about how blessed I am. And, Krista answers 4 or 5 things that she's grateful for. It's different every day. And then I answer, 4 or 5 things that I'm grateful for. It could be the dinner we had. It could have been the eggs I had for breakfast. It could be a chair to sit in at the end of the lake and look 4 miles up the water. It could be for these beautiful, gorgeous leaves that you see behind you. Anything and everything. And that's the last thing we do. We ask each other that question. We listen. And then we shut the lights out. What a great way to end your day. And the second thing, the second Thanksgiving ritual I have, and I just kind of stumbled into this, is I'm always writing out my goals in my journal. First thing in the morning, I write my 2 goals down. Last thing I do at night before my gratitudes, I write my 2 goals down. Those are the 2. Sometimes there's 1, sometimes there's 2, but those are the only goals I have, the 1 or 2 things. And I started getting in the habit of writing down 3, 4, 5 things that I'm grateful for. So I do that in the morning and I do that at night. It's like 2 minutes. And I just stumbled into that. I said, I got my journal. So I'm beside the bed. I just write out 2 or 3 things I'm grateful for and my 2 goals. And then as soon as I wake up in the morning, I open up the journal, I write down my 2 goals, and I write down 2 or 3, 4 things that I'm grateful for. And man, I stumbled upon that, and that's next level. That is next level gratitude. That has really, really changed my mindset and my world. So that's it. Every day needs to be Thanksgiving Day, no matter where you call home. And when you have an attitude of gratitude, man, it is the vaccine for frustration. It is the vaccine for mental health. Gratitude is the vaccine for, depression, anxiety, any of these things that our people are, our children are suffering from, our employees, is gratitude, attitude of gratitude. It is a vaccination for mental health. It's a vaccination for physical health. It's just a daily checkup from the neck up. But man, oh man, counting your blessings every single day really keeps your mental and physical health at a top 1% level. So that's it. Speaking of Thanksgiving being a every single day in your badass world, remember to tell your children and your wife how much they mean to you and how much you love them today. Tell them in different ways. Sometimes leave them a post-it note. Sometimes write something and put it in their shoe, or put it in their jacket, or put it in their lunch, or put it in the book. Whatever it is, text, email, but every single day make it a point of telling your wife and your children how much you love them. I tell my wife Krista and my daughter Emery there's something specific every day, and I thank them in a different way. But I always tell my daughter and my wife that I'm proud of who they are today, and I'm also proud of who they're becoming. And I think that's a way of me planting the seed every day that life is a gift and it's about growth. Life is about personal development. That if we're doing a job, we literally kill off the person we are today and we invent an even better version of ourselves tomorrow. That is gratitude, is taking the gifts we're given and building a better you every day. And every time you shut your eyes at night after your gratitude, that person is gone for good. And when you wake up, you have that blessing, that gift of life the next day. It's like a brand new you, a better version of you. And your goal that day is to kill off that person with somebody who's just a tiny, tiny bit better. You just chip away at personal improvement, And that's what I mean by that saying to them each time is, I'm damn proud of who you are right now, but I'm also damn proud of who you're working to become in the future. And I think that's a message that our queen and our kids, they can't hear enough, especially in this world. So that's it. This Thursday is my training to fix that Frankenstein business, that high-paying job that you have, and turn it into a business, a company that serves you. I'm going to teach you this Thursday how to make money when you sleep. How about that magic trip? You'll never get rich, you'll never be wealthy, and you'll never get to a safe harbor position ever, unless you learn to make money while you sleep. That's a Warren Buffett saying, and it's so true. I used to live paycheck to paycheck because I didn't know the secrets to making money while I was sleeping, while I was vacationing. And as soon as I learned that secret 19, 20 years ago, I learned to make money when I'm working, when I'm not working, when I'm vacationing, when I'm taking a nap, when I'm sleeping. When you learn that secret, everything changes. Absolutely everything changes. So this coming Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, the training's called How to Create the Ultimate Badass Millionaire Lifestyle Business. I'm going to teach you how to make money while you're sleeping. And boy, the game changes for you then. That's it. That's all. You can sign up below, and we'll see. I think there's enough lines. I have 200 lines, so I think there's like 10 or 12 lines left. But sign up below at the link, or it's in the PS of the email. 2 words that changed my life. Every damn day is Thanksgiving. Every damn day, attitude of gratitude. 2 words that changed my life. 2 words that'll change yours. Be relentless.